And we're live. Hopefully you can hear us. Hello, this is the Cloudy Games February 2021 Pro Predictions. Guys, there's no excuse. You've had plenty of time to think of your predictions, so I think we should get straight into it. So we've got with us, we've got, going from the top down, some guy called Want to Escape, Barry, myself, Sammy McLeod, Raf Gaming, Cloudy Ben, Happy Cloud Gamer, and Lord Gaming Man himself. The way this normally works is we predict, or more likely just say, random games we think will turn out to be pro games for the following month, and then when they're announced, which will hopefully be on Tuesday in one of the jam-packed Stadia news updates we'll be getting weekly this month, we can all laugh at how wrong we probably all were. Some parish notices. Kelly has not been able to make it to stream, but has sent out predictions early. So she predicted 6 games in order. They were Overwatch, Marvel's Avengers, Frogs, Cake Bash, Destroy All Humans, and Little Big Workshop.
Oh man!
So I think we'll just go down the list. The order of the list we've got here. So Duncan, how many games do you reckon we'll end up getting? I bet you he hasn't unmuted himself.
No.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
This really is a retro cloudy stream, isn't it?
Yes. But that's what makes it fun. Yes.
Yes, the last 40 minutes have been real fun. Anyway, Duncan, how many games do you think we'll be getting for Stadia Pro in February?
He's put himself back on mute again, or either that he's having issues. I'm wondering.
You go first, Sammy. You go first. We'll come back to Duncan.
I'll go first then, because I'm just underneath them. Why I put myself next, I've got no idea. But I'm going to predict I'm going to predict 6 games. My logic is I don't think we'll get 6 games, but at least I can predict 6 games, and the chances are some of them might be correct.
I'm back.
You're back.
Hey!
Yes. No, I don't want to get really technical and stuff. This new thing doesn't seem to like StreamYard, so this happened to me last Saturday night. It kept on dropping in and out. I think there's an issue with StreamYard, but I'm predicting 6 games.
You're also predicting 6 games?
That's the standard. That's the standard practice now.
Barry, how many games do you want to predict tonight?
Well, obviously, before we went live, I said to you I was fairly confident about 4, and then I kind of thought about it, and you twisted my arm a bit, and I've now settled on 5.
5 games? Not quite as many as myself or Duncan. Brandon was also talking with you before we went live. Brandon, how many games have you whittled down to?
I went to 20. I'm going to do 6.
You're gonna predict 6. Thank God. Thank God. We did get 9 back in December, so it's not unprecedented to get more than 6. But 20, I think, might finish off the catalogue. Happy Cloud Gamer, welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
How many games have we got predicted from you?
I had my list on 9, but I'm going to go for 6.
You've gone down to 6 as well, because you mentioned 9 to me earlier.
Yeah.
Sammy, we know from experience, Sammy, that we'll get to the end and Happy will be like, I'll just add 1 more.
Happy Brandon do tend to add a few more at the end. Yeah. And finally, Raf, welcome back. How many games would you like to predict?
I think we're going to have 6 this month.
6. Okay, so there's a good theme going along.
I don't mean to be rude, Sammy, but I'm not on the list.
You're not on the list, are you, Ben? No.
No.
Ben, how have you been added to the list? Because I can't see StreamYard like my list coming up. Oh, everything's going wrong today, isn't it? Oh, Ben, welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
We've missed you. How many games would you like to predict?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Ben, why don't you get your first game out so we can...
Okay. I'm going to make a lot of people happy, and I'm going to say Resident Evil 7.
Oh,
That is wild. That is wild.
Prediction.
Ooh, there.
I bet that was Duncan's first guess. And that's why he was
It might be
screaming
Duncan's
at his
second
monitor in
guess now.
silent.
Yeah.
That was what I was going to choose. Oh.
If that's the only thing that goes wrong today, I think we've done well, guys. Moving back up the list, Raph, your first of 6.
My first of 6. I've got a bit of a theme going actually. So my first one is Attack on Titans.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I thought that game doesn't get a lot of coverage, so I can see why they would put it as a pro game.
Doesn't get a lot of coverage. I also seem to remember it was mentioned in chat. One of Jem's Discovery videos seemed to indicate that was part of the pro image. Attack on
I have
Titan
not
2.
seen that.
Oh, spoilers. But no, that could be a good guess.
But who watches Jem? You can't trust anything what Jem says. Come on, get with the program now. Come on.
I don't trust anything Jem says, but I still watch his stuff. Yeah. Love you, Jem. He's probably watching Meg.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for my first. I'm gonna go the opposite way in my list. I'm gonna go with Marvel Avengers.
You're also going to put Marvel Avengers. You predicted Marvel Avengers before, haven't you?
I think maybe I don't. That must be early.
I think going back, it wasn't January. I seem to remember you saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I probably did. I'm getting old.
I remember you saying it, but somehow it's not on my list. I'm just going to presume you said it, and
Probably I did.
I probably missed it like I
remember.
missed Ben earlier. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What? Oh, you said my name? Madden, NFL 21.
NFL 21. That's a game that's upset a lot of people because it's not been mentioned recently. And it was in a lot of the advertising stuff back in November around Good Stuff event. Dare we mention Good Stuff? It's okay. We've mentioned Resident Evil. We can mention Good Stuff. That's fine.
I like
not out yet. Harry, you're up.
I was going to start with a safe one, but now that Brandon's mentioned it, I'm going to go with Madden 21. I think with the Super Bowl being early February, I think
So
it's if put it this way, if they're going to launch it and it's going to make any sense for it to be on the platform, it would have to be next month.
That's a good shout.
Mm-hmm. Now, you see, I tweeted out long time ago, it feels like now, that I had a bold prediction. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to go for perhaps one of the easier ones. Journey to the Savage Planet. Obviously, it was one of the things that was talked about was it in Good Stuff or was it in the...
It was in the new... was it the Katie Whistle one? Was that the one I starred and I beat the person that Outcasters, the wrestler and Outcasters, my first game, and I just destroyed him. Yes,
Duncan, that doesn't sound like you. You don't like Outcasters.
I don't, but I played it there and I was magnificent. And it was on stream. I killed the wrestler. And everybody's seen it. I know you had your eyes closed.
I didn't have my eyes closed. Eddie decided he wasn't going to watch it.
Yeah, he said he's looking for you.
Eddie, that doesn't mean I watched it. Anyway, Duncan, what would be your first prediction?
There's 5 pieces of something on your nose there, Sammy. 5 pieces of dirt.
Probably.
Dirt. I think Barry's twigged on what I'm saying. Dirt 5.
Wow. I was like, what the...
That 4 was predicted back in
last month.
Last month, yeah.
The reason I'm going for Dark 5 is because Codemasters at this moment in time, until EA officially take them over, have a good relationship with Stadia, because we have had both Grid and F1. So with Dark 5 being a bit later, I'm thinking it's going to go straight on to Pro. So I'm going to go Dark 5 until it launches. So Dark 5 will be my one.
Strap yourself in, that could be a while. Whilst we're with you, do you want to predict a second game as well? We'll just keep going up and down the list.
No, I only was prepared for one game there. I do this and that.
You said 6.
Yes, but I haven't told the 6 yet. I promised some of them not the whole.
You said 6. You had plenty of time to think.
This is me you're talking about. Okay.
To be fair, he was sorting it out.
I am going to go for. I think I said it last month. I'm going to stick with it this month again. I'm going to go Dark Side Detective series season 1.
Dark Side Detective.
Yeah.
S1. I don't know anything about that game. Can you talk a bit about it?
It's a game.
It's a game. You said about as much as I know.
Yes, it's a pixel art sort of game where I think it's a point and click sort of adventure. The reason why I'm going for games which are out there, as you sort of alluded to earlier, we've basically got the whole library, the Oz Pro games, which I would count as safe sort of ones, because if you exclude the Ubisoft games, because we haven't had an Ubisoft game, I think our choices are sort of limited on what we're going to get. So I'm going slightly out from the box. Did I give people hints there?
Okay, fair enough. As we're going up and down, I've had to put myself next.
Yes, good.
So I'm going to take one of Duncan's predictions from last month. Actually, Duncan, you predicted Pac-Man would go free to play last month, didn't you? Or indeed for this month, and it hasn't yet. But it also hasn't gone to Pro. So I'm going to take Pac-Man as my second prediction.
I'm gonna stick with my crazy predictions. I'll get the crazy 2 out of the way, and somebody's obviously mentioned it in the chat already as well. Following the EA theme, FIFA 21.
FIFA as spread as Madden.
Yeah.
Both going pro in the same month.
Yeah.
That would be big news.
To be honest with you, for a very similar reason, in the sense of the fact that NFL would be wasted after. Well, it's technically wasted now, but if it comes out after the Super Bowl, it would be truly wasted. FIFA, likewise, we've got 2.5-3 months left of the season, probably. Everybody would be thinking about FIFA 22, so I think it'd be a good one to get onto Pro.
Dave seems to agree with you there. Get people on platform.
Thanks, Dave.
Mortal Kombat 11 basic. It's the basic one.
Mortal Kombat 11. I think I've often thought about Mortal Kombat 11 coming to Pro. But what's your reason? It's just a game you want on Pro, or?
It's the best fighting game in Stadia, and people like that to come on the platform and kicking your friend's butt in. That would be a better game to play that than Street Fighter.
It's a big game, it's a well-known series, obviously. So that could be a good game. So Brandon and Barry going for 2 big hitters with their first 2 guesses.
Yeah.
But mind you, Happy's first guess isn't exactly a small game either. What was your second guess, Happy?
I was actually going for the same game, but I'm going to go the next game on my list, and that is Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
This
is I think the first one.
I thought Resident Evil was bold. Jeez.
I thought Death Stranding for a minute was the first game that's not been announced for Stadia yet, and I realised Resident Evil.
See,
I'm not paying attention tonight.
I'm still unhappy with Ben saying Resident Evil. I think everybody knew what I was going to say here, just for the thing, and now I can't because I look like I'm copying. It's just so unfair.
I know, and it was on my list anyway. And then as soon as Sammy said you go first, I thought I've got no choice. I have to say it first.
supposed to be the
Shocking.
best ones to
Shocking.
last. You know, you're supposed to build something up. Kenny's second guess was also Marvel Avengers. Raf, your second?
My second, again, going along with the theme of anime, is Xenoverse 2. So I feel like it's another game on there that's probably getting slept on, if I'm honest.
Also, right, I'm thinking Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is one of a few games which hasn't really been on offer on Stadia as well.
In the beginning, it was like way back, which I regretted because I could have got it for like £10.
Oh,
That's the way it goes, you know.
It's last I checked, it was still full price at around £55.
It is now, yeah.
Yeah.
All the DLC went on sale in December, though.
Okay. When everything else went on sale, yes. Ben, how can you top Resident Evil 7?
I don't think I can top it, but it's a game I have a reason for, which is Doom Eternal. Because
I'm intrigued to know your reasoning for it.
they said, obviously it released in March last year, and they said they were going to push out 2 story DLCs in the first year, and we are just less than 2 months away from its 1 year on, so I reckon it will come with an announcement of the next DLC at some point next month.
But you say Doom Eternal, but not Doom 2016.
That was another one on my list, to be honest, but
I'm spoiling your list. I was going to ask you for another one, so should we put that down as your third?
Yeah, put that one down. Actually, no, don't put that one down.
No, you've got to leave that one now for Duncan to say that for his third game, so that
Yeah, that's
I can't remember if it's been a pro game already, but I was going to say the Division 2 because of the event with Resident Evil.
It hasn't been a pro game yet.
It hasn't been
It
a pro
hasn't.
game,
Okay,
but
that's fine.
That would also be, I think it's mentioned, our first Ubisoft pro game. A lot of you, I don't think any of the Ubisoft games have gone to pro. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I was thinking about this before going live. Again, ages and ages ago. But would we ever see a game that was on pro and now been taken off come back to pro? Like, for example, the 2013 Tomb Raider.
Probably.
I'm not putting that out as a prediction, but would we see something that was on pro, that's come off pro? Would we see it go back to pro again later?
I think we will. Just at this moment in time, I think we will because we are running out from games. So it's, I think that's the situation, and it isn't on. I am pretty sure it has happened with Xbox and PlayStation, where they've maybe recycled a game or two as well. There's a game, and I'm pretty sure it has been a pro game or an Xbox Live game which has been repeated. So I wouldn't be out from the realms of possibility. With Ubisoft, you're 100% right. There has not been an Ubisoft game as a pro title yet.
Yet being important, well, we don't know. Yeah, our crystal balls are hopefully better plugged in than we were last month. Raf, your third prediction?
My third game is going to be one of the Stadia Maker games. K's Wild Masks.
Oh,
that is predicted to, well,
Okay.
I saw on Google that it was coming out in March, but I feel like it could make a little surprise appearance and come like a month early for Stadia.
can I be really harsh and ask you to spell that, because I missed the name.
Kaze,
Kaze,
and then Wild Masks.
Wild Mask.
I hope I got that name right.
I've not read up on many of the Stadia Makers games.
Mhm.
So what have you found? Have you found anything you like about that? Or
It's supposed to be I think they said like a retro 90s sort of classic platformer game inspired. So it's a bit, if you Google it, it looks a little bit like Sonic, pretty much. Like if you guys have time right now, like Google that up right now whilst nothing's going on. But look at it, it's quite a sort of a Sonic type of game. It's almost, I don't want to say a rip-off, but it's like a Sonic meets Rayman meets Super Mario. So it looks quite good.
I like
Untitled
it.
Chapter, yeah, that looks pretty good. Available on other platforms as well.
Yeah, and that's Stadia Makers game, so that's got to go straight to Pro.
Do we think the Stadia Makers games will all go straight to Pro?
I think so far they have.
It would be logical. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
I think so far they have. Figment was a Stadia Makers game. What else was I'm just gonna have a look now, real quick. I'm sure they've
What's that one with the little girl?
they've all been like all Stadia Maker games so far have been pro games. I think I might be wrong on that.
And
Don't quote me.
They're certainly around that sort of pro game
Yeah.
aesthetic. Or
Okay, the only one that hasn't is Unto the End. That's the only one that hasn't been a pro game. But Figment has.
Until the End was a pro game,
Was it?
or was that? Or am I getting that confused?
No.
You
Figment
might be getting
was a
confused
pro
into the
game.
breach, Sammy.
Okay,
And Tohu was a pro game, I believe. Am I making that up? Who knows?
I can't remember.
Don't worry about it, guys. This isn't.
All right. If any of these are predicted correctly, we'll be dancing on the rooftops. Happy, you go dancing on the rooftops.
What's it me, you said?
Yes, your
Yeah.
third prediction, please.
I'm going to go for the bad twin to Doom. I'm going to go for Rage.
Rage.
Rage 2.
Rage 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another Bethesda game, isn't it? Alongside Doom and.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of people say it's very good on stage, but I've never.
I think it's really fun to play on Stadia.
Yeah, I
Runs
thought
great.
Happy. I thought you were talking about this stream because everybody's raging at this stream because of what happened earlier.
No one's raging at this stream. They're all raging at the previous one.
I'm playing OBS.
Yeah, I think it's. I actually find it really entertaining to play that game, and it's an easy game to go into. So it's a great game to have as a pro game for new players coming in. One of my friends got into Stadia just because he could play Rage, so it's not the most yeah. So I think it's a great game.
I've heard good things about it. Again, it's just not one of those games I've played.
No,
Brandon, your third game, please.
If I can pronounce it right, Outward. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Outwards.
WARD.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, that's it.
This is one of those games which is talking. There's a lot of games that start with out. We've got Outcasters, Outriders. It's coming out later this year as well. Stadia Cast often comment on that.
casters.
Oh, I want that.
So outwards. Barry, your third game.
Yeah, I'm going to normalise my guesses now. I'm going to kind of go with more obvious choices. The big hitters are gone. Purely on the basis that it appeared in the marketing email from Stadia this month, and obviously we knew that it was going to feature at the early part of the year. I'm going to go with Journey to the Savage Planet.
You're going Journey to the Savage Planet as well. That's annoying.
Oh, that's a good one.
I predicted it's my first one. I was hoping I'd sneak it in. Unique prediction. But yeah, there are a few games that we know are coming to Stadia Pro this year. We just don't know which month. Journey to the Savage Planet is one of them. There are a few others, but I'm not going to say, just in case I spoil anyone's guesses. I'm going to bring out my big hitter.
Duncan.
Duncan has creased. He's gone.
So
it's a free play weekend for this game.
Sam, I'm just going to say this. That's not what Katie Wilson has been saying.
So I've got to try and take the controversy away from that. I'll go WWE 2K Battlegrounds.
Yeah, that's a good
Which
shout.
means
Ooh.
I'm guessing that the free play weekend that was announced for this game, as well as Breakpoint, is a bit of a smokescreen to disguise against that. But I reckon this weekend will be a good tester to see how many people like the game, what people's thoughts are before it goes pro on the 1st of February.
I think that's a bit of a risky move, you know.
Everyone was silent for a minute. I thought, no one's arguing this. Why is no one arguing this? This is
I think it's a risk. I think it's a risky move because way back in the beginning when they did that thing with Farming Simulator, when they said it was going to be the deluxe, and then they had to do it. Like, people are so picky sometimes, and I think if they put it on sale, because it's Ghost Recon's going to be on, like, I think it's 87% off or something like that after the free trial weekend is over. And I reckon if they try to sell it now,
is that for Battlegrounds as well as I know Breakpoints.
I think so. I'm not too sure. I think that I don't know if it's 87%, but I know it'll probably have a sale. But I think people will throw up a fuss if it goes on sale before, like, a week before February.
Yeah.
Carry on, Duncan. Sorry.
No, I was going to say yes. It is very naughty. It would be kind of. It has happened before on other platforms, but it is considered a wee bit naughty that you'd put a game on a big sale and then bung it into Pro or put it into Xbox Gold or PlayStation Plus game. I don't see that happening for that reason, because if you remember us OGs. Are we all OGs? We're not all OGs. Can you remember? Can you remember the big fuss at the very, very beginning, where
the original Tomb Raider in 2013?
Yeah. It was indeed, and there was a massive kickoff about that. I think they've learned the lesson with that, so that is why I don't think it will be, because it's so. But I think it has a pro game at some stage. To me,
I just want to check and see when the sale finishes on it.
It wouldn't be the only free play weekend game that has gone pro later. F1 2020 was a pro game.
Yep.
It was a free play game, and now it's a pro game.
So fight. And Ralph started to stop me for a change. Fight.
Like, personally, I wouldn't mind if they did that. I've already got WWE 2K, but I just mean, like, I can see people throwing a fuss over something so small.
I can understand why people would throw up a fuss, but I don't think that would stop them doing it.
Is that made by Take-Two by any chance?
Yes.
I think it is.
Yes.
Or
Or
10cent as it may be soon. So there's your wee thing. Check the news. So that is the rumor.
We have a very outlandish guess in the chat. Someone said Mario Kart.
Oh, yes, please.
You're banned.
I tell you what, if they can get that, then yeah.
I was just going to say, in comparison, in relation to your guess, Sammy, the current 50% off price for WWE 2K Battlegrounds finishes on the 29th of January.
There you go. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. And because of that, it will be going pro on 1st of February. No one buys.
Oh, Roger has made a good point, though. Seeing Outcasters as like a racing game. Yeah.
It's been talked about Outcasters. It's been... I've been joking about it with Jem and a few other people. It's a popular idea.
Yeah, why not make it to a characters that's usually on Stadia? That's making different games.
Well, just to broaden this out slightly here, it's a Sammy show, so I don't want to ruin it too much and get things ruined and all this. I would have my doubts about that now, because I was joking about the Take-Two thing where it is actually rumored that 10cent are after them now. I think a lot of people forget that Outcasters now is owned by 10cent because Splash Damage has been bought by them. So that is something to keep an eye on going forward. How are they going to play this? Are they going to be friendly towards Stadia, even though they've got their cloud services building up in the eastern regions? Do they have eyes going forward into the western markets? This is the sort of games and stuff. It's actually quite interesting to see, and how this is all going to pan out in the number of months and years ahead.
Is it not possible that Google could buy the IP for Outcasters and it becomes a pure Stadia games?
Yeah.
Stadia buys Tencent.
Here's the thing. A lot of people, don't realize how big Tencent is.
It's like Microsoft buying Nintendo.
Yeah. Microsoft could buy Nintendo. Tencent are rumored to be buying Take-Two. You think Take-Two are absolutely massive? That's
Take-Two a couple of months ago were rumored to be buying Codemasters.
Yep.
This is just showed F1 2021. It's a Tencent game.
Yeah, so it is absolutely madness what is going on in this world at the moment. So it is really interesting how all this is going on, and it's just mad. And I don't want to talk about Tencent too much here, but Tencent has actually bought. Have you heard of the game Don't Starve?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think I have. Yeah, I think.
Only heard of it.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
They have bought that. I forget the actual name. They've actually bought that studio and publisher today. So they are making absolute moves. And yes, Sammy, I apologize. You just need to slap me over the head or tell Kelly to come down and do it and make sure I don't ruin everything.
Before that, can we have your third and fourth games?
What I will do here, because I was talking far too much and over, I will put my two easy ones in here, and it is this one which I think is going to get mentioned by most people here, and that is Journey to the Savage Planet.
Not another one.
Yes.
And your fourth game?
And the fourth game is NFL. I was going to say this before Barry did, but I didn't get the chance. I was going to steal his thunder because of the Super Bowl and look like I knew what I was talking about.
So far we've had 3 predictions for NFL.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
My reasoning for NFL, and it's going to be the same for FIFA, I don't think we're going to get FIFA and NFL in the same month, is because if they don't come as a pro game, or they are not heavily discounted, and I'm talking about £5, £10, $5, $10, no one is going to buy them because they are dead games now. They're going to be dead on arrival. To get any sort of user base and to get people to actually play it and get sucked into the Ultimate Team of both games, they're going to need to just get into it, and that's why I think it's going to possibilities of going as a pro game.
I think I'm next. I'm actually going to change my prediction for this one. I was going to go Spiritfarer. Instead, I'm going to go Rave Break. I normally predict Wave Break or Spiritfarer at least once each month. I'm going to go with Wave Break this month. It's a good game. It's a party game. It was nominated for our Cloud Gaming Awards in party game category. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm just kind of hoping it goes on pro before I buy it, really.
Good shout.
Barry, your fourth?
My fourth one, I'm sorry, Sammy, you're not going to be unique in this prediction, unfortunately, is Pac-Man. I think following Duncan's logic, I think it's dead on logic, and I think we can see it happening as a pro game.
We see it coming, yeah.
Should have been a pro game in the first place.
Agreed. Completely.
Yeah. We also will see it going free to play later down the line again. It's a bit sad how that game's launch has been handled since the demo. Brandon, your
Octopath Traveler.
Octopath.
Yeah, Octopath Traveler.
Octopath.
Yeah, that's a figure.
Octopath Traveler.
I would love that to be a pro game. I would so
Me
love
too.
that. I just can't justify the price for it, even when it was discounted. I couldn't justify it.
Yeah, because it's still like 50, 55 pound. It's still full price, which I've not been convinced on yet. So happy. You're fourth?
Well, I'm not going to go for FIFA or NFL. I'm going to go for Football Manager.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, a sports title that makes sense. Coming to pro.
Yeah.
I'm not biased at all. And before anyone says WWE isn't sport, it's entertainment.
Yep.
Football Manager is a good game. It also has that that increased. I was going to say increased loading time, increased loading speed, because it's using the cloud servers.
Yeah.
Games.
It's snappy.
So I've enjoyed. I bought Football Manager about 8 months ago. I enjoyed playing for it. I ought to get back into it again. It's a game I really want them to have touch controls on.
And I think it's a good game to go pro because we can get more people into that. Many more people testing it out, Football Manager.
Now, I suppose it's worth asking: Football Manager 2020 or Football Manager 2021?
I think we'll go for Football Manager 2021 if it's gonna come. But
Because there's a lot of confusion at the start of the year. Because Football Manager 2020, I don't think it's available in the store at the moment, is it?
No, the license expired, so it's been removed from the store.
No,
It's not removed in your library.
No, it's not removed from your library. It's always going to be there. It's a common practice for them where they just wipe out the old one when the new one comes along.
Yeah.
I will. Someone gag me. Someone put me on mute. Okay.
What the heck was that?
You don't want me to get started about Football Manager because I don't want to say things about Football Manager because if you read between the lines, there doesn't seem to be a happy relationship between Sports Interactive and Stadia at this moment in time. And with what has happened a couple of days ago with Football Manager 2021 being delisted for Stadia, it is now just a PC only game. They took Stadia off. So
that's probably
So, producing Football Manager 2021, you put that under your hat, didn't you, Duncan? So we're right now.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure Happy isn't right now.
It's no problem.
Raf, your fourth game?
I'm going to go with one that some of you already picked. I'm going to go with FIFA. And only because I believe if any of these games come to Stadia, they have to be pro games now. They have to. Let's be real now. They have to be pro games. No one's going to pay full price for it. And I don't think people are going to pay even £10 or £5 for it, because if you want to play FIFA, you want to play with like the online community and whoever else is there. Otherwise, you're playing with on the couch with whoever, or set up private games. That's fine. But most people I know
pay for full price anyway.
But yeah, no, I think if they want to get the audience, it has to be pro. It just has to. There's like no other option for it, really. Because I'm not a big football enthusiast at all, but I know that if you haven't got FIFA at the beginning, then no one's really going to be interested by the end of it. Especially when the next one's on the horizon.
But I'm sure you've noticed, as I've noticed on Facebook groups for Google Stadia, one of the most asked questions, just behind his Fortnite or his COD coming to Stadia, is FIFA coming to Stadia?
Yeah.
At least with FIFA, we can say, yes, it is coming to Stadia. We just don't know when.
Might be FIFA 24 by the time it's on there, but
Might well be. Yep.
Duncan's fighting off the mute button again.
Ben, you said 5 games at the start, so we need 2.
I don't know whether to go for my safe option or just go for this most stupid option that I put on my list, and I don't know why.
That doesn't matter anyway. You're going to do both of them anyway.
No, okay. Well, I'll start with the normal one then, which I think is Enter the Gungeon, which wouldn't surprise me to go on there.
Stitcher.
Yeah, that too. That wasn't. Yeah, but it just seems like the perfect kind of game to go on there. I think.
Okay, and your fifth and final. I'm going to be asking for everyone's final predictions now.
Yeah.
Just giving you all advance warning.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying this. Only because of the launch, Cyberpunk.
That was a good show. That was a good show.
Great.
That is a good show, I'm telling you.
Or if it's not in Pro, it would be on a deal, I think.
Yeah.
At some point.
I can see it being
And
discounted.
that's a good show, man.
I'm going to give you some credit there, Ben, because, whilst we all had our head in our hands and we're giggling, you somehow managed to convince Raph that it was a good shout. So,
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
that's a good show.
And Raph, let's be honest, he's probably the sanest out of the rest of us.
Let's be real here. Cyberpunk is not doing very well in the outside world, outside of PC and Stadia. It like just getting people to play it, even if they get people just to play it on Stadia and then they buy it on whatever console they do whenever they do those upgrades, like it would be a good promotion for Stadia and a good promotion for them as well.
Gives you that 1 month free trial on
Yeah.
Stadia to play Cyberpunk.
You sign up for a month for free, play the game for free. If you like it, carry on. If not, then wait for it when it's working in 2023.
The really worrying thing there, Ben,
Oh boy.
you've convinced me as well.
Yes.
I will take the sanity pill. You haven't convinced me yet.
Yeah, but
What the heck?
you were also going to say Resident Evil, Duncan. So your opinion.
Did you see that Resident Evil chat? They were just like they were slagging off Cyberpunk and had nothing to do with Cyberpunk. They were just slagging off in there. They've got bad press. Like this would be amazing for them.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting.
So, Raph, have your final 2 games changed after that?
No. I'm not that crazy. So my last 2 games. So my second to last game is Ark, and that's because I think they purposely are playing Smoke and Mirrors, and they've showed you Savage Planet. Is that right? Savage Planet. They've showed you that, but really, I think it's going to be Ark, just because just like to catch you off guard. Like, oh my goodness, Ark, not Savage. So that's one of them, and then my other one is I think there was a little bit of a deal that went on. Like my last game is Pikuniku, because that is coming on February the 2nd, yeah. But I don't think it's coming on February the 2nd. I think it's coming as a pro game on February the 1st. And I think, they said, oh, we don't want to be overshadowed by Hitman 3. But really, I think they had a last-minute deal, and they decided that, right, we're going to be a pro game. A little bit of money there, we're going to be a pro game, and that's that.
That's a great shout, Raph.
Yeah.
I did think about it, and I decided against it in the end. But if that one comes through, all credit to you, fair.
It's not as hard as Ben's, but
Same as with Ben. If Cyberpunk comes through, all credit to you. I'm not going to take that.
no one is claiming that. Yeah.
We all laughed when Kelly said F1 last time. These things happen.
Yeah. Ryan technically win predictions if I get Cyberpunk right.
We'll work on bonus points for bold predictions coming off. So,
Surely that's doing 2,077 bonus points.
Cyberpunk 2077 is probably the boldest prediction. I'll put myself out on a limb and say that's the boldest prediction we'll have tonight.
But I convinced you.
You convinced me.
Even after Resident Evil.
Yeah, that sounds like a challenge to me.
Even gone all day through yet.
But whilst Duncan tries to work out how bold he wants to be, Happy, what about your 2 predictions?
Okay, so I'm gonna go for my final 2. One is Watch Dogs 1.
Oh,
Another Ubisoft game.
Yeah, and I think that's a game that is not going to cost them anything to give for Pro. So make a taste for people to buy the next one. And the other one is Red Dead Redemption Online.
Red Dead Online.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one's good.
A great game. I've been sinking a few evenings into that recently.
Yeah, it's a great game. But I'm sorry, I have it still only on my PlayStation. But I haven't touched it in a long time. So I want it on Stadia. To go
It's
to Pro.
very good on Stadia. Even a little bit empty, although starting to fill up and filling up with, let's be fair, all sorts of people. Some people are a lot kinder players than others.
I know.
People like Cutter and Rach will know exactly what I'm talking about there.
Yeah.
Brandon, your final 2 games?
Resident Evil 7.
So Resident Evil 7, yep, okay.
Yeah. Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Monster Supercross 3. Because it'll get people in to play the fourth one coming out soon.
Oh, Supercross Fit, yes. The it's a dirt bike, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff about Supercross 4 coming out.
What I would say is,
Duncan's going to say when it's coming out now.
it's coming out. I looked this up earlier as I sent something into our chat. I think it's like March, isn't when we're seeing all the what games are coming this year. I think it's actually coming in March. I'm going to say something about Supercross 3. That was at the first Stadia Super Saturday, and it was absolutely a load of fun. And if that comes back and goes as a pro game, I'm telling you now, I could overtake you for F1 for play logs.
Yeah.
Could well do.
Oh, that would be the best. That would be great. Kicking people off their bikes.
We see Kelly coming back. Barry, your final prediction, unless you want to go for a final 2, bump it up to 6.
No, you're not doing this to me again. I'm not. It's not happening. My final prediction for February is Hello Engineer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I'd sneak that one under. I thought I'd sneak that one in.
That's what she said.
Oh dear.
Can I? I'm sorry. Can I make another guess after everyone's gone?
You can. There will be a bonus prediction. I'm sure Happy and Brandon will have a couple that will sneak in.
Yeah, I got one.
See, exactly ready. Hello Engineer was another one of those games which was announced as coming to Stadia Pro this year, but we're not sure when. So it wouldn't shock you to know that that's also one of my predictions.
Ooh.
I thought I was going to sneak it in, and no one else was going to say it. So thank you, Barry.
That's all right.
And then also continuing the same pattern of every few months we seem to be getting a cheap Lara Croft game. We haven't had Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light yet.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to predict that in the hope that it comes and I can play it on my Pro Showcase on first Friday. Duncan, sit tight, everyone. Duncan, your final 2 predictions, please.
You're muted.
Should we tell him he's on mute, or should we just let him carry on?
Yeah. See, I actually had 2 sensible ones picked out here, and you're like challenging me to be crazy, but I will go for my. So I'll go for a sensible one here to kick off with, and I am going Kick Bash.
Kick Bash.
Yeah. Good one.
Kelly's saying we should have kept him muted.
Yes. Oh, for flip's sake. This one here, see, I was tempted to sort of copy Kelly as well with the Fogs, but I'm just not sure. You've got me all things here. I will go for Binding of Isaac.
Wow.
Finding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Binding. B-I-N-D.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I can see the reasoning behind that because they are releasing a DLC
Bingo.
includes everything in it.
And I was going to say Slay the Spire just for badness, but Binding of Isaac, to get that, what would be brilliant with that?
Hold on, somebody's answering my door.
State share.
State share.
Let me have a guess. State share.
State share with that, and there's just so much potential to actually get that as Stadia become the place to play that game, because all the big YouTubers who sit and play nothing but Binding of Isaac. You can go, here's my state share link, bang, away you go. Binding of Isaac would be at the top of my list to come to Stadia this year with the new DLC, and they could wangle in some YouTube deals, and that could be the game which actually sets Stadia forward for the next 12 months, I think. So that is my one. I was actually trying to keep that one up my sleeve for another couple of months, but we'll put it in there since you wanted a wacky one. There's my wacky one.
So we might see that coming up in a few months' time as well.
Yeah, there's a big, massive expansion coming up for Binding of Isaac, which is basically Binding of Isaac 2. They're basically summing it up as. So if I was Stadia, I would be going straight onto that.
Okay, so that was all the predictions according to the numbers we gave at the start. Brandon, you've mentioned you have
Feel.
one more. Should we say one more?
Yeah. Serious Sam 4.
Serious Sam 4. I could think about this one as well. What was the reason behind that, Brandon?
I think when we get the collector edition, we should get the fourth game.
It's true. It's been out for a while now. It's been 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Might not have had the success that perhaps it wanted. I believe it's also coming to consoles later this year. Because it was PC and Stadia exclusive initially.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll try and get it on Pro before bringing it out on consoles.
Yeah, probably about either the same month it comes out on consoles or the month before. That'd be better.
Maybe. Anyone else want to upset the apple cart, put in a few more predictions?
I'm going to be nice this time. I'm not going to say any more.
Take my 20 more, take my list.
Super Smash Bros. No?
I am.
You sure? Sure.
No, Sammy, I'm joking. No.
I have. Well, one of them won't be a Stadia Pro game. As such, it'll be free, but it'll be Apex at some point. I hope, maybe.
Kenny predicted Overwatch, so we can put you down for Apex if you really want.
Yeah, add it to his list.
Yeah, that wasn't the one I was thinking of originally, though. So I'm going to add another one. I'm sorry.
But you said 5 at the start, so it's
I know. The remake of Resident Evil 2.
Is that a Sony exclusive?
Can I just say this here, and everybody thinks I'm the troll?
Yeah.
So
you never know. They may have just been keeping that quiet, and then they'll just go, "Oh, ta-da!"
Yeah.
So Ben, if your predictions come true, it will.
I should sign up for a lottery ticket. Yeah.
Well, it'll be a massive month for Stadia Pro. Resident Evil 6, Division, Enter the Gungeon is probably the smallest game on that list. Cyberpunk, Apex, and Resident Evil 2.
That list reminds me of Brandon's from a couple of months ago. It was like the dream list.
It's the first time I think I've ever come on live and predicted. So,
Brandon predicted 10 games for December.
I can't even read
We ended
that.
up with 9.
It wasn't far off, was he?
No. So we point and laugh at that moment as being a wacky moment. Brandon was actually the closest in terms of number of games by the end.
Well, I've got as first time being live of the game predictions, I've got to start off with a bang, I thought. So,
I said, come out swinging.
Yeah. And then I'll start to normalise, the next couple of months.
Yeah, that was our pro predictions. I'm gonna I'm going to say no more predictions from us guys. Now, we predicted 37. No, not 37. I'll give you the stats later for how many we predicted, and of course how many we get right when they announce the actual Stadia Pro games on Tuesday. Let us know what your predictions are.
I want to add in one wee thing here. It's not a bad one. If you can bring your thing back up. Jesus, that's if you can. You're not allowed to choose your own. But which one do you think is the most realistic out of the lot? Or which one do you think is going to win this month? But you can't choose your own.
I'm going to go with Ben's.
Which one? It ranges from one sensible one to mostly just. The Division 2 is not too bad.
Yeah.
But it's an Ubisoft game, right?
Ubisoft and Ubisoft Plus for me just rules any Ubisoft titles out of.
But the Division 2's been out for ages.
Okay. Well, Ben, I'm taking over here. Sammy, take over. Get someone to go first.
Based on, I'll go first because I've already thought of it. I think if you can't vote for yourself, I'm going to have to vote for Kelly's list out of all of them. I did very well not to pick any of the same games Kelly's done, despite the fact I've predicted Kate Bash twice out of the last 4 months, I think. But I reckon she's probably got the best prediction out of the lot, apart from perhaps myself. But you said I can't vote for myself, so
no, you can't vote for yourself. This could be your bonus points. Bonus points here we're on to. I am going to go for. I think it's between you. For me, it's between you, Sammy, and Kelly. I think Kelly's list, bar 2 games, I think has got a real good shot off it. For you, Sammy, I think yours is basically the same as well. So I will say
which 2 you think won't come out of my list.
I don't think.
Okay, we'll assume WWE.
WWE and Hello Engineer. I think it's too early for Hello Engineer. So on Kelly's list, I think the 2 games which are slightly less like, or one is completely out, and that is Overwatch for me. And Avengers would be 50-50. I'm just worried about with the next gen versions coming shortly, that might just rule that out. But I think the other games in that one. So I'll flip a coin. Someone call it.
Heads.
I don't have a coin. I'll go Kelly if he answers.
I can't see you guys. Barry, who do you think is going to win out of this?
Oh, that's a tough one. Because Raph's logic was, I think I can see where he was going with his continuing theme. So my only other pick would be you, Sammy. But I'm not going to pick you by virtue of the fact that me and you have got 3 titles that match. So I'm going to give it to Raph.
So we have, yeah. Fair enough. Brandon, who do you reckon's got the best predictions out of that?
I got Sammy.
Thank you. You can come back. Happy?
I've got to go for Ben's. I hope that's one.
Yes.
Yes. I think we all hope Ben today. But...
Yeah.
Most realistic, yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Raph?
Mine, I think, not just because he chose me, but Barry. I like the lineup there.
Even though Barry and I have got 3 of the same games.
Yeah, I don't think WWE 2K though. I really don't.
But you do think NFL and FIFA?
Yeah, I do actually.
I decided to do this just to stir things up a bit.
No, for sure, no. Definitely one of those sports games. I do think, I think I like Barry's, and plus he's got 5 in there, so.
That's true. And Barry has actually done quite well. If you go back on previous ones, he had 2 right in December. He had 2 right in January. He was 2 out of our 3 correct predictions last month.
Yeah.
And he had 3 right back in November.
Consistent,
So he's consistently high.
Not anymore. You've just commentated and cursed me, haven't you?
That's what I'm trying to do. I know what I'm doing. And Ben, assuming your predictions might not come true, whose predictions do you think win?
No, I have no doubt that mine are mostly pretty much wrong. I think maybe there's 1 or 2 that could be, but I think I'm going to go for yours, Sammy. I think.
Okay, thank you very much again. Again, you can come back.
Thank you.
So that was it. What do you guys think will be on our pro games list in February? How many of our games do you think will be correct? Leave answers in chat or in the comments, or tweet us at Cloudy at Games. Not Cloudy at Games, Cloudy with Games. In the meantime, just go around, just sign off. Duncan, I'll be kind and tell you to unmute yourself. You already have. Well done. Where can people find you?
You can find me at our new Discord.
You can.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes. We
Did you see that?
Move. Yeah.
And when we'll get round to Ben, he can explain, because I think just to double check, make sure everybody understands what that is. And you can also find me at One Day Escape on Twitter as well.
Okay. Ben, if you don't mind, I'll leave you to last now.
That's fine, no problem.
So I haven't forgotten you this time. Harry, where can people find you?
On Twitter at Paramedic1703, and right here on Cloudy with a Chance of Games, and obviously in the Discord like everybody else. So come and say hello.
Moving on to our middle row, Raf.
You can find me in the Discord, the brand new Cloudy Discord. Make sure you join that. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the description, so make sure you go and join that. Okay, guys, what was I saying? That's right, join that. And you can find me at Cloudy as per usual. You might see me pop up on the channel at some point, and you can find me at _Raf Gaming _.
Thank you. Happy.
Well, you can find me at Cloudy with Chance of Games, and you can find me as Happy on all around on Twitter and YouTube. So,
Rising up everyone's lives. Thank you very much. Lord Gaming Man, Random.
You can find me at Lord Gaming Man on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Cloudy Games, Stadia Bash, and everybody. Yay!
You can find me, Sammy McLeod, on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I have changed Instagram. Yep, Instagram. So, also right here on Cloudy with Chance of Games and on the Discord. Ben, what's our Discord?
So our Discord is a place where you can either come to chat just about games in general, or you can keep up with all the news, etc. We have set up a number of channels and a number of roles with particular announcements in mind. So if you think I don't really care about one thing, just set your roles for certain ones. So that's fine. We've also got, themed around this, is a Stadia Pro Predictions channel with a little bot. It's hopefully working. I don't know. I haven't tried it in a while, but it has a database where you can just predict games and it'll add them to the list. Equally, if you think that was a stupid idea, like Cyberpunk, you can also delete them from the list. But yeah, join, please.
And finally, where can people find you?
Oh yeah, and in the Discord and Cloudy Ben on Twitter.
Okay, so that was our February predictions. We'll find out on Tuesday just how wrong we all are. Ben. So I think that's goodbye from us. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you guys on our what is it, Sunday is our next play along.
Yep, Sunday.
9 o'clock UK time. I believe we're going to try some more F1.
Are we? You're in charge.
Apparently we're going to try some more F1. I've decided.
Are you going to bring back Ben's rules?
We might do some of Ben's Demolition Derby.
Put damage on. Let's see what
All right. We can put it on simulation damage then this time.
Oh my god.
So There's something to look forward to for Sunday. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.